If you're new, press the bell icon to get the latest notifications.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to Bitcoin Update. Right, so yesterday I talked about with my members and I gave them an update on Discord that I saw the smart money stepping in, and as far as I'm looking at the charts right now, there are no interest whatsoever for Bitcoin to stop just yet, which is a good news, right? Which is a good news. Enjoy the time. If it's about to bottom out, I would love Bitcoin to bottom out. I'm sick and tired of the bear market. I don't know if the bottom is in just yet. I cannot tell you that. Totally cannot tell you that. But if it goes down, I won't be surprised either, because I still could see one big resistance on a monthly time frame. And now let's talk about the monthly time frame. So it's important to dive in the monthly and talk about the biggest elephant in the room. So 21,000, the place we're in right now on a monthly time frame, is still a big issue, because this is a move down, a bear flag to print out here, and you can see 8,000 shows as a technical target. One can say that you're making in a morning star right now. Look at that. This is a beautiful morning star, but we still have 17 days to close the candlestick, and we haven't closed the candlestick just yet. But however, something tells me that if this month alone you try to push up like this and you go to 26,000, somehow you move to 26,000, that is still going to be a huge morning star and a break of bear flag as well. And then February you backtest 24,000, and then from here, hasta la vista. You go all the way to the moon, you push and say bye-bye. You don't even look back, okay? Which is pretty amazing to me right now. So January is a fate deciding month. February is going to speak the truth, because February on a monthly time frame is going to tell us if this green candle is really the time we are really waiting for. I just want to see the volume on the monthly time frame. All right, the volume is pretty good. Okay, pretty good. Not really best, just decent volume. Not a volume good enough to say that the bottom is going to be in. But one thing I want to show you is on the daily time frame. Now look how you have this beautiful rally. My goodness, that is the most beautiful candle I've seen in a long time, and I just love how that these candles are looking like. I really love how these candles are looking. Why? They're not just some three white soldiers and some very good continuation pattern, but I love the volume as well. Look at this volume. This is known as smart money. When the smart money buys, they buy. Look at that. Okay, and look at this. And by the way, on the other side, on another note, we have a whale that actually purchased $87 million worth of Bitcoin. Okay, someone did buy. So that actually shows that the buyers were fierce. Another thing on the weekly that I noticed later on, I know people are going to say you're suddenly flipping bullish and this and that. Now, first things first, the descending triangle seems like it's been, retested successfully, because this is your descending triangle right there, from there to there and from here to here, and you can see the retest is successful. So you don't have any reason to say it's going to go down. One reason I have to still say it's going to go down is again the monthly, and I told you, I've talked about that one in the beginning, that February is going to tell us if the monthly is going to be a problem or not. But on the daily, on the weekly, we have some positive sign on the weekly. As I told you before, number one is, if I do zoom out on a Binance chart, this is for the first time you have big volume, buying volume and selling volume as well. So look how many green spikes you have in this department right over here. That's the first time ever since 2018. This is the first time you have massive sell-off and massive buying as well. Okay, the red are massive, the green are massive as well. So that's very good. If I hide the volume, the last thing that I want to talk about is again the effect of this bullish divergence of the RSI. The RSI, clearly I told you before, bullish divergence is there. Now if this is the bottom, if I had to judge this coin based on the RSI alone and not consider the chart patterns, the bottom is in. Yes, I just said it. The bottom is in. Look, that's the lowest part you can ever go for Bitcoin. This was your 2000 December. If you look at it down here, 2018, I don't know, I want to zoom in down here. This is 2018 10 December, and that's where Bitcoin bottomed out for the bear market of 2018, and that's the lowest you just went on a weekly time frame. So if I actually drag this line once again, that's the lowest you actually went to the downside. Now, however, if you look at the history, yes, you still made a push to the upside, you move sideways, and then you made a big capitulation and then move up. So you can actually try to move up like this again, make another ABC correction, and then try to move up again. Doesn't mean that you cannot drop a little bit. So based on the RSI, the reason why I even think you have bottomed out is because you have a falling wedge, and I've talked about this falling wedge. Look at that break of the falling wedge, okay? So this is a clear falling wedge that I want to talk about. If I have to go on the RSI, that's the bottom, and you're looking for a technical target on the weekly on the RSI to go back up to 95 level of the falling wedge. If it makes any sense to you right now, that's your beautiful falling wedge right there. Picture perfect falling wedge, break of the wedge, retest of the wedge. You're on a technical journey to go to 95.46, which actually tells me if you go above $26,000, which is up here, $26,000, then you are in for the bottom of Bitcoin. Just right over here, break that bear flag, backtest this thing, and you push all the way to the upside. Now that we are on a weekly time frame like this and talking about the falling wedge, that means that the whole of 2023 can be pretty good, okay? Because it's going to take time, the whole year, because you're looking at a weekly time frame. Well, it can even take you all the way to next year and even maybe by the end of 2025 somewhere there, if you look at it on the weekly. So that's pretty much it for this update, because let's talk about this, right? Took one whole year for a downtrend. It can even take 2 years to complete the uptrend as well. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz.